Baggedmilk. 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 Oh, I smell baggedmilk. Baggedmilk.
My goodness, where do we start?
That intro it's something special, isn't it?
Gets me going.
It is. I'm so glad we redid the intro. So I guess the more appropriate start here would be Adam Larsson, right?
Yes, yeah. First thing this morning, Daily Faceoff Frank Seravalli kind of broke the story that Seattle's going to be taking Adam Larsson in expansion, and it looks like they're signing him to a $4 million per contract. So,
which is the same deal the Oilers offered him, right? Allegedly.
Yes, apparently so. So that's not great news. Not great news to start off the day with.
So to unpack that, did we leave him unprotected because there was an outside chance, or there was at least the thought that Holland was going to lock him up?
I think, and obviously I'm guessing here, I think the play was to leave him unprotected because he was unsigned as a free agent, and then they were going to loop back to him because the expansion draft's tonight, right? So they were going to loop back to him afterward and then sign him so that they didn't have to protect him. Problem was, Seattle had a window of talking to all the free agents they wanted, and they did. And it looks like we're losing Adam Larsson, and that's a big hit on the defensive group.
That's a huge hit.
Really
you did the defensive pairings as they look right now. Nurse Bear, Keith Barry, Russell, and Bouchard. Because they were talking when they traded for Duncan Keith, they're like, well, he'll play with Adam Larsson, and he'll kind of carry him along, and now...
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and
Tyson Barry's not even signed yet.
Exactly. Those pairings, that's assuming Tyson Barry would want to come back. But listen, if I'm Tyson Barry's agent and I see Adam Larsson going to Seattle, that price tag just went up because now the Oilers are in a spot. Mm-hmm. They can't lose both Barry and Larsson in one offseason. Otherwise, that right side
that's good.
Too young.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, we already have problems. Do you think Larsson is looking at that opportunity as... Okay, the news kind of exciting, right? Like maybe I can see why.
Also, I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody said he saves like $600,000 on taxes by going to Washington State over Alberta.
No, that's more than true.
I mean, that's a nice little chunk of money if that's the case. I have no idea how
I'm not sure if that's an accurate breakdown or not, but
I think the most kind of upsetting thing about it is Adam Larsson was a core member here at Edmonton, and to have him just walk away to the first team that was able to talk to him in free agency is kind of upsetting, right? Like, why didn't he want to stay at Edmonton if the money was the same? You know, there's some of the insiders reporting, the Oilers offered 4 and 5 years, but didn't work out. So we'll see how things play out, because now Ken Holland's to-do list just got another item to it, and there's only so much cap space to go around. The Oilers have some right now; they have some, but
at least they're apparently getting Mike Smith on a multi-year deal.
Wow,
is the rumor.
You know what? When you get the chance to sign a 39-year-old goaltender to a multi-year deal, you got to take it.
You're losing money if you don't.
What happens to people when they come to Edmonton? Like, because Ken wasn't this dumb before he came here, right? Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you look at, because we have in our network, we have a site, Wings Nation, right? And on that website, a lot of the Red Wings fans were just like, well, Edmonton, you don't know what you're getting here. Because if you looked at Detroit over the last few years, they were in a really bad spot. And that was Ken Holland's team for a long time. So obviously, different spot, different situation, and we got to hope for the best. The summer of rage, as I'm calling it, is just getting started. And it's going to be interesting to see how he digs himself out of this hole, because, losing Larsson to Seattle that's a big one, especially when a lot of us just kind of assumed he was going to be back. And the Mike Smith multi-year deal, like, I knew Mike Smith was going to be back based on his play last year. He earned it.
Yeah, he did.
But on a multi-year contract, it's like, what are we doing here? And then it's just is the plan to go the same goaltending duo again this year?
God, I hope
not. Or are they going to try and get rid of Koskinen and look for an upgrade? I mean, bringing back most of the same team and then losing a major piece like Larsson that's scary business. So again, the summer rage is just getting started, but we'll see how things go.
we need to touch on the Price thing. I'll get you to weigh in on that. But we should touch on this quickly. One of the protected assets from the Oilers was Zack Kassian, and a lot of people were kind of up in arms over the fact that he was on the protected list. Thoughts?
Well, that one's interesting, too, because, so Zack Kassian makes $3.2 million, and he did not live up to that contract or get anywhere close to it last year. He had 18 shots on goal last year. That's not great. So to have him protected kind of raised some eyebrows a little bit in the sense that, maybe you can rid yourself of that contract. That's not to say that Zack Kassian's not an NHL player. He is. But the money doesn't work. However, again, Frank Seravalli from dailyfaceoff.com says, well, word on the street maybe is that the Oilers protected Kassian because there's a deal to be had.
That's kind of what I was saying, yeah.
And the trade freeze comes up on the 22nd, I believe. So we'll see if there's a Kassian trade that happens after that date. If not, but who knows? It's like I said, it's going to be an interesting summer around here because the holes keep popping up. And most importantly, and I think more people need to be getting on board with this, our Swedish all-abs team is taking a great hit here. We lost Klefbom. We lost Larsson. This is a problem, and we need to deal with it.
We need more Swedish abs.
The good news for Zack Kassian is there's a lot of people in Edmonton that are going to help him move.
Well, maybe you can just charge them on Cameo and help that one.
All right. So the Price thing, what are your thoughts on that?
It's interesting, right? Because the insiders were kind of reporting that maybe there's some injury issues that may require surgery. I also know that Carey Price is due a sizable bonus at some point here. So I think the gamble is maybe that Seattle wouldn't want to take on such a big ticket. However, I'm all for team chaos at this point. So I would love Seattle to take
That's where we're
Price
at,
away from the Canadians and just watch the meltdown because I'm having a bad time right now with the expansion draft. We just lost Larsson, so I want somebody else to have a bad time.
Oh, no. Habs fans say that they want to lose Carey Price. That's what they're saying. It's all part of the plan.
So, and another thing, too, is like I would love a scenario where, this would never happen, but this is my fantasy scenario, where Seattle takes Carey Price away from the Canadians and then trades him back to Montreal for some kind of return. That would also be very funny.
I will be celebrating like it's Christmas and New Year's combined if they take Price tonight. I can't wait for them to call that name out.
Apparently, it's been reported or it's circulating Twitter at least that Kraken ownership has given management the okay to take him if they want.
Amazing.
So,
no way. Awesome.
We'll
oh my God, that would be fantastic. All right, listen, we thank you for your time, my friend. Baggedmilk from Oilers Nation.
Thanks, boys.